Hi everybody, come on in. We're going to be cooking again today. I'm trying a new recipe, so we'll see how this goes as far as taste. It's something my husband requested, so we'll give it a shot. So we're making keto fried chicken. So what I'm going to do first is pound out my chicken. So I'm going to do it in strips rather than with bone-in chicken. Now the recipe says bone-in chicken, but I prefer skinless, boneless. So here we go. We'll just show you. So I apologize for the noise, but we'll just pound these out a little bit so they don't take as long to cook. And I have my handy dandy oven, and pardon me, my oven is preheated. My pan is ready to put these on, and I'm just gonna trade because I've got some other ones here on the side, so I'm gonna just slice these up and grab my knife again. Sorry about that. Went and put my knife away, so I guess I better wash it. Anyhow, making these as snack food for my husband, and hopefully they're going to be quite tasty. We'll soon find out, I guess. And hope everybody is doing okay amidst this COVID-19 situation. It's quite the ordeal. And there we go. So I've only used 2 chicken breasts because this is a new recipe and I don't know if he's gonna like it, I'm gonna like it. So I didn't want to do too much. So again, you'll need your chicken. The recipe calls for 6 chicken breast or chicken, let me just, bone-in, yeah, chicken breast, bone-in chicken breast. But as I say, I'm using boneless, skinless. And so I've just cut the recipe a little bit because I'm not doing 6, I'm only doing 2. And so now what we need to do is we need to mix what we're going to dredge our chicken into, which is, here is my, we'll just set this aside. I've got my egg and cream mixed together. And just so you know, I will put the recipe at the bottom of the video so that you can then follow along. I will put the full recipe and I will make notes for my alterations here. So I am making a smaller version, so I'm just going to do a 1/2 cup of almond flour, and let's just do it this way. Much simpler. Why dirty another? So we're going to do 1.5 cups. Well, actually a cup probably. I'm just trying to mush these a little bit more. I guess I didn't get them quite as crushed as I thought. Oops. Well, I'm not an elegant chef, I can say that, or cook rather. I'm not a chef. And just what I should have done, and I was going to, but then I got way late in starting, so I just did it the easy way and crushed them in the bag, is I should have put them in the food processor and I would have got a better better crush on this. Okay, so now we need to add our Parmesan cheese. Just gonna get this out of my way. And yeah, we'll see how this turns out, and we will maybe make this a staple in our house. Not sure if anyone else has tried something similar to this. Just put a dash more. And yes, I could have bought some fresh Parmesan and grated it myself, but again, I like to do things somewhat simpler if I can, so that I don't have to work as hard with, oh, right. Okay, so let's get this combined a little bit here, and doing a messy job. All right, so now to this, we're going to add a half of a teaspoon of paprika, a heaping half of garlic powder, pardon me, and the other thing is we're going to add some salt and pepper. And there we go. So, yeah, I'm not, I like doing things, I don't know, you'll notice as I go on with additional videos that I do prefer to, no, I don't measure as much for my seasonings as maybe some people think I ought to, but it tends to work out, so I haven't worried too much about it. But again, when I'm doing a recipe, I try to put less seasoning, and then I can always add something to it as I taste, going until the recipe is completed. So there we go, we're getting a better mix here. All right, so I'm gonna bring this a little closer, and our chicken, and my tray. All right. We'll just do a few at a time so that we're not overcrowding and they get a nice coating here. And It's always good to keep one hand for wet, one hand for dry. And because I'm not planning on using this mixture for any other recipe, I'm just going ahead and using it right in the pan rather than doing it outside the pan. Just mix that up a little bit more. Put some more of our chicken in here. And then once I've finished this, the counter will get a good wipe down with disinfectant so that before I do anything else in the kitchen. I'm quite excited to try these. So what we'll do is once I get these completed and in the oven, I will then post a picture of the completed out of the oven strips, and then you'll be able to see what the finished product looked like. And yeah, I'm quite excited. I didn't think I was ever gonna do a brand new recipe first thing, but hey, you gotta do it sometime, I guess. So, oh, that one didn't get as much coverage, did it? All right. Maybe I won't, I think I might just have just enough for what's left here, which is actually quite perfect. So the oven is preheated at 400. You know, because the recipe calls for bone in, they're going to take a little longer to cook, where these will not. So I'm going to cook these for about 20 to 25 minutes, and we'll see, we'll check them and then go from there. And yeah, as I say, they're looking quite promising. I love pork rinds, so for me this recipe is quite okay. Not that I was looking for a keto recipe, but you gotta start somewhere, right? All right, so looks like I'm gonna have just enough to complete these two breasts. And of course I didn't make the full recipe, but as I say, I will attach the recipe on the notes. If you want to share this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see where this takes us. I'm quite excited. Lots of friends and family have asked me to share some of my recipes, and I will continue to do that for the time being. Really, what else do I have to do? The only thing is, you know, the more cooking you do, the more you eat, but we'll just have to make a little less, I guess. Anyhow, on that note, you can see what these are looking like. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of this onto these. why let it go to waste, seeing as there's not very much left. And yeah. All right, everybody. As I said, I will post a video. I'll just wash my hands here. Post a video of this and the recipe at the bottom, and along with a picture of the finished recipe. And I hope you have a nice evening and enjoy some of the recipes that I'm cooking up. Thanks so much. See you all later. Bye-bye.